The feedback is realistic, but I would say it's actually stronger than a real pinball machine. And trust me, I have 3 real pinball machines to compare it to. What's up guys, this is TampaTec and this is the Legends Pinball 4K edition. In this video we're going to install some really cool mods like the SSF Kit that gives you the full virtual haptic feedback experience while playing pinball. We're also going to install this control panel. I'll leave a link in the video description below if you're interested in the SSF Kit and the Legends control panel. The reason why I'm recording this in portrait mode so it's easier for you guys to watch on your phones while installing the SSF kit. So if you're online and you turned on your machine, you'll notice that there is the latest firmware update available, 6.0.11. Let's go ahead and update that right now. If you want to update your tables, go to App Store X, select the game pack that you want to update, and then select Update. Join the Legends 4K Facebook group to stay updated on the latest table releases. Now with the latest update, your control panel is now compatible and programmable in Steam and Pinball FX and Pinball FX3. You got 4 exciters, power supply board, amplifier board, and a subwoofer. So this is everything that's included. We've got the amplifier board, we got the power supply, we got the heat shield for the power supply board, we got the cables, we got screws for the lockdown bar. Looks like this is the amplifier screws, or these are bolts for the subwoofer. These are the screws for the exciters that mount on the side of the cabinet. And these are stand-up posts, and that's for the bottom of your pinball cabinet to mount the circuit boards. You got 4 exciters. And then you also have, of course, the subwoofer that goes on the bottom of the cabinet. You want to take off the 5 screws on each side of the rails. And also the front lockdown bar. Put all your screws in a Ziploc bag and start off removing the lockdown bar, which is this one. And then next, remove the other side rails. Next, remove the 2 screws here and 2 screws here on each side of the control panel. All right, and then before you start taking anything apart, you want to go ahead and unplug the power cord from the back of the cabinet. Next, you want to go ahead and remove the control panel. Do not pull on any of the wires. You want to pull on the connector only. The connector at the very end, and then you want to wiggle that out. You don't want to pull any wires out of the connector. And next, you want to go ahead and pinch and pull on the black connector. Don't pull on the wires once again. You want to pinch to unlatch that connector. Now remember, the glass is under this volume control panel, and so you do have to lift it up from the bottom first, and don't put your fingertips underneath the glass. Keep that in mind. Or, you can clean it afterwards, but just make sure you don't have too many fingerprints under the glass. And then what you want to do is lift up from the bottom and then slide it out slowly a couple inches. And then you should be able to remove it, okay? Next, using a Phillips screwdriver, remove the 4 screws on each corner. All right, so I'm gonna slide down the LCD screen. So you wanna lift up from the bottom and then slowly slide it out. Just like that. And then we're going to go ahead and set it to its side right here, and using a second person, we're going to hold it so it doesn't fall and leave it in that position. And then we're going to remove the backlight cables, which is the red and black cables right here. And right here, we're going to pinch and pull on the connector only. We're going to go ahead and remove the LCD cable. And you're going to remove that black tape. Be very careful with this cable, it's fragile. Go under that latch right here and you lift up. You can use maybe even a wooden toothpick, it would work. And then you lift up. just like that. Don't pull too hard because you can yank the cable. So right here, you just, there you go. Interested in the monitor part number? It's right here. All right, now you're free to remove the LCD. Now keep in mind, the connections are on this side, so when you set it down, you have to set it down the same way. Let's go ahead and remove this, and we're gonna put it somewhere safe. So let's get familiar with your pinball machine. I'm gonna identify some parts so you guys know. This is the right flipper control board, and this is the left flipper control board down here. And there's an I/O board right in front, which connects both boards to the back boards back here, which is the main motherboard, also known as the game board. And then power supply is right here for your cabinet. These are your cables for your SSF kit right here. And let's go ahead and remove that. Okay. And this is the ground cable for your SSF kit. We're going to put the LCD cables right here. So we're starting off with the stand-up posts right here. That's what they look like, F2 bag. And then we're just going to twist them on right here. You got 1, 2, 3, and 4. And what's great about this is that you don't have to drill anything. This is great. AtGames really thought ahead. And then we're going to install 4 more for the amplifier board. Next, we're going to install the power supply. With the power supply connector facing toward the back of your cabinet, I'm going to go ahead and plug in that blue and brown cable that we just exposed out of the bag, and then go ahead and plug that in first, just like that. And then we're going to go ahead and lay the board on the posts. This cable seems kind of short, so we're just going to loosen that up a little bit right there. Here's the screws. So with this big capacitor facing the back side of the cabinet, and then you got the USB port facing the left side of the cabinet. We're going to put it down right here. We got 4 screws mounted, and then we're going to connect the cables. We have a USB cable. It says this side connects to the motherboard. Go ahead and hold the bottom of that board and then push down on that USB connection. And then this side looks like it plugs into the amplifier board. We have these cables right here with the red wires facing toward the right side of the cabinet. We're going to go ahead and plug this one in. It'll say ground. If you see ground G and D on the board, that's the black wires. Push down right there, and then we're going to plug that into this side. I'm going to hold the board steady. And let's go ahead and plug that side in first. Okay, and then now we have this cable right here, and it tells you where it plugs into. And once again, the black wires are the ground, which is labeled on the board G and D. So let's go ahead and plug this side in next. Grab the board, push it in, nice and flush. So the black wires are going to be parallel where it says on the board G and D, which is ground. And you'll see there's 2 notches here, and there's 2 slots to put it into the connector. So don't force it in. Everything should be going in nice and easy and smooth. We're going to grab a screw, one of these short PCB screws, and then we're going to put it on that ground wire right here, the yellow and green ground wire. And then on the heat shield, you'll see a little notch. All right, and there's a label letting you know that is that power in cable. So you're gonna face that right here and then set it down on the board, just like that. And then grab that ground cable, the yellow and green ground cable. Put the screw on first, and then line it up. All right, so we got that grounded. All right. So the exciter with the yellow sticker, F, mounts in the back, right? The exciter with the D on it, that is the color green, matches with the green sticker on the cabinet. As you can see, it's tagged with D. And then G is a white label, and there's a white sticker on the cabinet. And the exciter with the label E is orange, and there's an orange sticker next to that where you need to mount it. And they all get connected to the amplifier board. F, G, D, E. So don't forget, you got to remove that blue film. And this is the sticky tape that it's on, so it doesn't vibrate on your cabinet. And then the wires face downward, like I said. We're going to line up the holes. And then we're going to take the silver screws, and then you can just screw it in at the end. So if you're wondering, these are 8 ohm 25 watt exciters. I can tell you this much, it's not going to vibrate. It's on there with double-sided adhesive tape and 4 screws. These are pretty solid. Installing the subwoofer, make sure the wire is facing toward the back of the cabinet. And so we're going to clear all these other wires. Line up the holes with the cabinet holes. There we go. All right, now we're going to plug in the subwoofer cable. That plugs in right where it says base. And now we can go ahead and connect these. And they're all labeled right here if you want to look at this diagram, or if you look at this one right here, which is probably easier to see. Surround sound right, and there's little notches right here, and they go in the slot. So it should plug in one way. All right, next one is G, which is the white sticker, white label. Plugs in on SSL. The green label, which is D, that plugs in next. All right, and then this one right here looks like the orange label is E, and that plugs in last. Next, we have to plug in J and K. So J and K goes into the back box, and J plugs toward the back of the cabinet, and K plugs in toward the front of the cabinet. FR, which is K, and then J is plugged into on the board, FL. And we got everything plugged in except for this last cable goes into the back box. All right, here's the cable right here I just pulled up on, and it is labeled I.
Pinch and pull apart cable 4 connectors.
And then we're going to go ahead and plug that in right here, which is labeled number 4 right here, and I. So remember, when you plug it in, this is labeled 4, and this is labeled I from the SSF kit. All right, we're done. Double check your connections. Everything feels like it's secure and plugged in. Okay. And on this side is the backlight cables. That bar should go. When you set it back down, you should hear it click. Just like that. This slides under the volume control panel. Let's grab this cable and this cable. Now we're going to install this. There we go. And the last cable we plug in is right here, the red and black cables. There we go. Now we can turn it on and test it. So we're going to go to settings, 11 up to 26. So let's go ahead and do a sound check.
This is my voice on the left front speaker. This is my voice on the left-hand side.
Yeah, it's good.
This is my voice on the left side speaker. This is my voice on the left-hand side.
It's good.
This is my voice on the left rear speaker. This is my voice on the left-hand side. This is my voice on the right front speaker. This is my voice on the right-hand side.
If you hear distortion coming from the back side speakers, disconnect the control panel haptic speakers.
This is my voice on the right rear
Oh,
speaker.
yeah.
This is my voice on the right-hand side.
Oh, wow. It's strong. Yeah.
This is my voice coming from the left and right front speaker. This is my voice in the center.
Settings. SSF settings, which is 22 of 26. Hit start. And I'm going to put that to moderate, moderate, soft, and moderate. And back.
Go into haptic settings and I recommend turning off the solenoid haptics.
You hit volume up and channel real quick. You can adjust the haptic volume, which is the strength of the haptic feedback. I'm going to set it to 50. Oh my god, they're right. Oh, what the heck? Oh my, I'm in love. Oh wow. Definitely, the community is right once again. The Magic Pixel tables are amazing with the SSF kit. I could feel everything. The ball rolling, every pop bumper, every drop target, every... I turned off, by the way, the solenoids. I don't need the solenoids. Now, this makes me want to buy more Zachariah tables. When you put in the glass, make sure you tilt it back and then slowly slide it in. Just like that. Sometimes the foam might get caught. And then slide it in right under that volume control panel. And then it should fit just fine. All right, so now that we're in Steam, we're gonna go ahead and click on menu. And then using this mini keyboard, we're gonna go to settings and then go to controller right here. Under HID interface, we can begin test. Okay, and click on setup device right here. And so A is A, B is B, and then X, we're going to choose X, and then Y is Y, and then left, right, up, down, and then right here it says skip. If you want to skip that, we don't have a left joystick, so let's go ahead and skip that. Skip, 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 and when it says down on the right joystick, then you're going to pull back on the Z axis, which is the plunger, and now it's programmed, and then we can skip that. And then now the left LB is left nudge, which is the white button, and then this is going to be the left flipper button, which is the red button, and then RB is the white nudge button, and then right trigger is the right flipper button, which is the right button. And then right here we're gonna skip that by hitting A, and then now this is the menu button, and you can go ahead and press the menu button right here on the front of the cabinet. It's AtGames button really, which is the start button, and then we can skip that. So let's go ahead and test all the buttons. A, B, X, and Y. Right, nudge. And when you hit the right flipper and the left flipper buttons, keep in mind it's not going to show up here, it's going to show up down here. Right here I have Xbox extended feature driver that's installed. Not sure. Install it just in case. And enable Steam input for Xbox controllers. We're going to turn that on. Yeah, it's working really good. And here's my topper that I modded using a Govee light. Check out that video in the video description below. Guys, if you found this video informative, give me a big thumbs up, subscribe and hit that bell notification to stay updated on the latest tech videos, and check out the links in the video description below. Thanks for watching.